Is one of the most famous characters from Vice City going to be returning in GTA 6? We're going to be talking about all of that in this video today and a whole lot more. And what's actually prompted this conversation is a post on IMDb, which is essentially an actor and actress database of roles that people might actually play in films, TV shows, movies, and video games. And under the full cast and crew for Grand Theft Auto 6, there's only one person, and even though there's been no one confirmed so far, you can see that the actress Charlotte McKee is set to play Candy. And this obviously prompted a lot of conversation. Is Charlotte going to be playing Candy? Is this real? Is it fake? Is she just promoting herself? At this point in time, we don't know. We know a couple of things: that if this is real, this feels like a serious breach of non-disclosure agreement. And if it's fake, it's very likely just to generate conversation, like what we're talking about right now. And if Charlotte McKee is actually playing Candy, well, that's great. That means a very iconic character is going to be returning. But it begs the question, is this character Candy even possible to return in Grand Theft Auto 6? Now, we've only been calling her by her first name, and in case you guys are wondering, we are talking about Candy Sucks. And Candy Sucks is her stage name. Her real name is Candace Shan, and she first appears in GTA Vice City. And Candy Sucks appears in a handful of missions in Vice City, including The Party, Recruitment Drive, Martha's Mugshot, and G Spotlight. And even though she only appears in 4 missions, you can obviously understand why she is so popular. And so naturally, it would make sense for her to return in GTA 6 since the game takes place in Vice City in the state of Leonida, right? Well, for that, we need to understand what happened to Candy Sucks after the events of Vice City. So we know in the 1990s, she continued to work in the adult film industry until at least 1992, where posters and billboards appear in both Los Santos and Las Venturas, with posters featuring Candy also appearing in Liberty City in 1998, and pictures of Candy appearing in some safe houses in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Now, we also know that at some point in time, she retired. On Kent Paul's website, it's mentioned that by 2002, Candy has retired from the adult films industry, having her occupations as educator and philanthropist. And Candy has too regretted her past actions, saying that she didn't know her butt from her elbow, but luckily, a lot of people did. And by 2003, her classic movies are still being advertised in magazines, as seen in ads on phone booths throughout Carcer City in Manhunt. And so that's one check mark right there, is that seemingly Candy Sucks is still alive, and there's no indication that she has moved outside of Vice City and the entire state of Leonida. But this also brings up another problem. She has only appeared in the 3D universe. In Vice City, she does voiceover work in Vice City Stories and then appears in Easter eggs and in advertisements in San Andreas and beyond. However, there is a little bit of a caveat here, because Candy Sucks is one of the few characters that has a different universe variant of herself in the HD universe. Because in the HD era, Candy Sucks is a media personality that was both mentioned in Grand Theft Auto 5 and Grand Theft Auto Online, which essentially carries her over to the HD universe. So in Grand Theft Auto 5, if Michael actually calls Tracy at any point between the missions Fame or Shame and reuniting the family, she'll actually refer to herself in her voicemail as Tracy Sucks, suggesting she might be influenced by Candy. Also, in Franklin Clinton's Maze bank account, a transaction to Candy Sucks mobile internet may also be seen. And in Grand Theft Auto 5 and in GTA Online, copies of the men's magazine Pussycat can be seen, featuring an interview with Candy at 50. And so since that magazine is recent and can be found in Grand Theft Auto Online, which we know takes place in modern day times, which is set in 2024, that means Candy Sucks is still alive and she's still doing interviews. Now, since we know that she was born in 1964, that would also roughly make her in her late 50s or close to 60 years old. But there's plenty of characters that have been older than that and appeared in the GTA universe, so that doesn't rule anything out. And as just sort of a cherry on top, you also see her star on the Vinewood Walk of Fame. So she does appear in the HD era. She just doesn't appear in person. And that's where I think things might get kind of interesting here. Because in Grand Theft Auto 6, which we know is going to come out in 2025, and is also going to take place in modern times, Vice City, and in the state of Leonida, will we actually see a physical version of Candy Suxxx? I think the answer to that is likely no. Just because we haven't technically seen her in the HD era, but I can almost 100% guarantee you that she is going to be referenced or mentioned in some way, shape, or form, and is very likely going to have her own set of Easter eggs. Whether that be a billboard we can see in-game, a website that's dedicated to her and her videos, or whether she's discussed on the in-game radio, or can even be seen doing an interview on TV. There's lots of different ways that Rockstar could feature her. Again, she's one of the most popular characters in Grand Theft Auto, certainly one of the most iconic as well for obvious reasons. One thing that might be a little bit of a hiccup is if she were to return, the voice of Candy Suxxx was actually done by adult film star Jenna Jameson. And we know that Rockstar doesn't really work with all that many celebrities nowadays, but for a small role like that, they might actually bring her back to voice the role of Candy Suxxx. I'm really not sure what Rockstar would do here, but I feel like she has to make an appearance. The Easter eggs basically write themselves. It's one of the most iconic characters in the entire Grand Theft Auto universe. And speaking of Easter eggs, it could be something as simple as this. In her Vice City Police Department crime tree record, it actually says this: Candy Suxxx, woman of extreme ill repute, possible involvement in blackmailing of politicians, never seems to get cold. And that last line, never seems to get cold, is a reference to how she is only seen wearing a bikini throughout the game. So again, it could be something as simple as that, and tying it back to the first part of why we were even talking about this, Charlotte McKee playing the actual character. I guess that could make sense. Charlotte McKee is an actress that hasn't done a ton of productions, but has done a show that Rockstar loves taking actors and actresses from, which is Law and Order. I feel like those kind of shows they like to grab actors and actresses for, and even just looking at her pictures in real life, it's someone that could play the role of Candy Suxxx just fine. So I'd love to hear from you guys, though, honestly, in those comments down below. Number one, what do you think of the IMDb page featuring Charlotte McKee as playing Candy Suxxx in Grand Theft Auto 6? Do you think that's real, or do you think that's fake? And number two, do you think Candy Suxxx will be appearing in Grand Theft Auto 6 either in person or as an Easter egg, a reference, a billboard, a radio advertisement? Let me know what you think in those comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys down there. If you guys did go and enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new. You want to stay up to date on all the GTA 6 videos that I'll be doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.